Along with the need to establish a clear and compelling North Star and detailed growth game plan, here are four other areas of concern for growth minded entrepreneurial business leaders. Number one is building too fast, too soon. A good friend of mine who's down in the Tampa Bay area experienced this kind of astronomical growth, and he said it took a significant impact on his health and his happiness and his quality of life because they were barely hanging on. It was such a stressful time. They did accomplish a lot, but it came with a heavy price because they weren't prepared for that kind of growth. Another thing, number two, is are you investing into your people? Meaning, are they the right people in the right seats? Building your team is really important because before you start experiencing significant growth, you really want to know, is your team prepared for that growth? Specifically, how they're structured, who you have on board, do you have enough? You got to identify those things. And if you don't and experience strong growth, you can be playing catch up there. And that's really difficult when things are going really well. Number three is the lack of systems and processes. And I see this one often where a company doesn't have well-defined systems in place so that things happen automatically as they should, or processes so that the same level of quality is consistently carried out regardless of how busy you are, but especially when you're very busy. Systems and processes are extremely important to make sure that your level of quality stays high as your volume of business expands too. And then the fourth one that I see that's a real concern is, are you overlooking customer experience and leadership development? Now let me talk about those two things really quickly. Number one, customer experience. If you don't know what your customers' experiences are, just because you have a growing amount of business doesn't mean that their satisfaction is also scaling. Perhaps they are being taken for granted. Perhaps you don't know that there's an easier route to more customers like them. That's why the customer experience, there's so much to it. And if you invest some time and intentionality into it, you'll have all kinds of insights you didn't have before. And then leadership development. In the book I released last year called Heroic Leadership, Anyone Can Be a Courageous Leader. If you're not investing into your potential and current leaders now, when growth hits, it's going to be that much more difficult for them. You can either have leadership by default or you can have it by design. And I believe you should have it by design. Those are four areas that growth-minded business leaders should consider. If you would like help with crafting a detailed plan on how to address those areas, let's talk. There's a link here in the post, 15 minutes. Let's explore what you'd like to accomplish and how I can help you get there.